Om Shanti. Today, 21 September 2023, Baba says, Sweet children, as long as souls are playing their parts, they cannot be 100% rest. They take a rest in the land of Nirvana, where there is no part to play. Question is, what thoughts do the children who become tired of studying having, which then become sinful thoughts? Answer is number 1 point. They have thoughts of leaving the father, that is, of divorcing the father. Baba says this to have this thought is to have a sinful thought. It is a sin to have such a thought. Not to study means to become tired. Such children spoil their income. Second point, if you sulk with the mother and father due to any situation, you lose the sovereignty of 21 birds. Song played to people of today are in darkness. Om Shanti. This is a song and a prayer of the path of devotion. Whom do they pray to? To God, but because of being in extreme darkness, they don't know God. So, who would listen to them? Only when God hears their call and when He comes and ignites the lights. However, children don't know the God. So, how can He hear them? You are sitting personally in front of Him. God is talking you from extreme darkness into extreme light. It is remembered. The night of Brahma and the day of Brahma, they wander around a lot from door to door in the night. They go to the mountain, religious places, temples and mosques, etc. But where would anyone find God? People celebrate the birth of God in Bharat. They speak of the night of Shiv. There truly are images as memorials of Him in Bharat. But they don't understand when He comes. They are completely in the dark. You are no longer in complete darkness. You are continue to come into the light number-wise, according to the effort you make. Ye children know who created this whole world and how He creates it. You have come here to this world spiritual university where God is teaching and making you into deities from human being. Among you too, you understand this knowledge number-wise. Some understand very well where others who don't understand fully run away. They sulk with the mother and father. Of such one it is remembered that they were the one who were amazed and who then began to sulk with the mother and father. They like this knowledge, they relate it to the others, and then they become those who sulk. You know that you receive the sovereignty of heaven from the mother and father for 21 births and yet you forget Him. Baba has explained that what you call peace can only be received in the land of peace, in the land of Nirvana. This is also called the land of liberation. If someone say that there are 100% rest, there is such nothing. Throughout the day, they definitely perform one action or another. Yes, they can call sleep at night temporary rest because the soul says, having worked throughout the whole day, I am tired, so I am taking a rest now. The soul detaches himself. You know that the Father resides in the land of peace, and you understand that the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, stays there at rest. God is at rest when He does not have to play a part. No one does any work in the land of liberation. These matters have to be understood. The lock on your intellects are now continue to open. The Father asks, do you know when I am at rest? When you children are in heaven, happiness, there you have peace and happiness. That is not called rest. You can say you are at rest when you don't have a part to play. When you are in heaven, I don't have to make any effort. I stay there at home, at peace. Another name for peace there is rest. You cannot stay at rest here. The soul say, I am at rest when I go to sleep at night. At that time, whether I am at rest or in peace, it is the same thing. You become bodiless at night, you become peaceful. Then when you wake up, you start to act and you are then at unrest. When performing any act, you experience unrest, restlessness. In the golden age, there is no question of unrest. It is Maya that make you restless. There, you would not say that you are at rest. While doing all your work, you don't remain peaceless. The word rest does not exist there. For instance, someone might say, I am going to Shimla for a rest. But there is no meaning of rest. And true rest is when we are in the land of Nirvana. There we remain silent. In fact, there is no rest. Someone say that he is at 100% rest. It is wrong. That is called ignorance. Yes, it would be definitely be said if someone does not want to study, he take a rest. Not to study and not to take a rest means you are tired. Then you spoil your own income. It is said, O traveler of the night, don't become weary while walking on the path of heaven. Don't sulk. The thought of divorcing mother and father even should not arise. If you have that thought, it is a sinful thought. Why should you have such a thought about the mother and father from you receive the kingdom of heaven? Sometimes some writes, I sometimes have the thought of leaving this study. I can't understand anything. Oh, but this is a time to understand, is it not? To understand means to study. You know that we are studying. No one knows that the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, who is the ocean of knowledge, highest on high. Although the people of Bharat know Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar, Vishnu, Narayan and Lakshmi, they don't know when Lakshmi and Narayan claimed their kingdom or who gave it to them. Maya has put everyone into complete darkness. The Father comes and explains how the Creator, Father, created the human world. No one knows this at all. The Father alone sits here and explains. Prajapata Brahma cannot be called the Creator. Although he is called the Father of people, he is not the Creator. Some people say that Allah created them. Only the incorporeal Father would be called the Creator. It is only human being who can know the Father, the Creator. Animal could not know him. Animals could not say that the Supreme Father created them. Human being would say that God created them. So the Father sits here and explains, look how this creation is created. First of all, there is a mouth-born creation. Children have to grow up and then become fathers. That unlimited Father say, look how I too create creation. I enter this one and tell him through his mouth, O soul, you belong to me. I am your Father. Then I create you children through him. You are mouth-born children. On the path of ignorance, it is said, however I am, whatever I am yours. The Father also says this, you become the children of Brahma. You are now mouth-born creation and you will then become physical creations. The Father says you belong to me and you will then go into the deity plane. No one can understand how Father create this godly creation. The Father explained, and this Brahma also say, I too become a mouth-born creation. Together with the Father, a mother is definitely needed. You say that you are mouth-born creation of Prajapata Brahma and that Shiv Baba has made you belong to him. He definitely needs a body, does he not? Shiv Baba does not have a body of his own. He take a body on loan. Then he say, you belong to me. This is called a mouth-born creation. Shiv Baba says, through this mouth, through his wife, You are my children. Only the Father explained these things. These things are not mentioned in any of the scriptures, etc. You listen to these things now, and you will then disappear. At this time there is extreme darkness. The Father comes and brings light, and this is why the night of Brahma and the day of Brahma are remembered. At least something exists. It is sung. When there is falsehood, there is nothing but falsehood and not a trace of truth. However, the Father says one thing or another remain, there is not annihilation. A few will remain and the tree will begin to grow. People have shown a great annihilation, but a great annihilation does not take place. It is not that a child come floating in the ocean on a people leaf. All those things, these things are lies. The Father is explained, when you come from the palace of a womb, there you remember in bliss. You remain in bliss. There is no sorrow or sinful acts there. That is a world of charitable souls, where as that's a world of charitable soul, where this is a world of sinful thoughts. You renounce everything here and become charitable souls for all time. You perform so much charity that for a half a cycle no one would call you a sinful soul. You become imperishable charitable soul. Then for a half a cycle you are called sinful souls. You repeatedly perform charity and make donations. Bharat is completely righteous. It is in Bharat that make donation and perform charity. You know that we are going to leave this world and we will not come back here. You are transferring the material of this world into the new world. People offer everything to God, that is, they transfer it to their next birth. Here you transfer everything for 21 births. So a lot is needed. He take your all rubbish from you and give you everything new. He take all your old things from you and give you golden things. You give to the Father with honesty, and then Father also gives you everything. Your parts that have continued are fixed in the drama. Everyone renounced their home. How else could the Koshit have been created? People don't know how the furnace was created. They show that there was kitten in a furnace. Your children have all of this knowledge at this time. This knowledge will not remain there. There you won't have the knowledge that you will rule a kingdom for 21 births and then fall. It is now that you have the parts of being Trikaldarshi. It is only you who have the main part of heroes and heroines. No one else has these parts. It is only you, people of Bharat, who change from devils into deities and deities into devils. All the rest are byplots in between. In a play, they have amusing parts in the middle. After half a cycle, the deity religion disappears. The whole cycle continues to turn around in your intellect, and this is why you are able to explain. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is God, the one who resides in Supreme Abroad. The Father say, I have all of this knowledge in me. I am the living seed of human world tree. Those are non-living seeds, whereas Shiv is the living seed. His image is worshipped. Nowadays, the government plants tree saplings. This is the living seed. He is called the seed of the tree of the human world. I have the knowledge of whole tree. When someone say that he is at 100% rest, you should explain that there can never be 100% rest. Yes, it can be said that there is 100% purity, happiness, peace in heaven. The very name is heaven. The Father is called Sat Shri Akal. He is the one who speaks the truth. Death never comes to him. He is called the death of all deaths. The Father says this is a dirty world. This haystack definitely has to be set on fire. You children know that this Mahabharat war is greatly beneficial. People create sacrificial fire for peace. That is, they don't want the gates to open. You clap your hand for the haystack to be set on fire so that you can go into the new world of paradise. The flame of destruction emerged from this sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra. Those who belong to the Father will become the masters of the world. All the rest have to settle their karmic accounts and to return home. You know that you now have to return to the land of liberation, and then you have to repeat your own parts. Where did all those deities of golden age come from? It is said it did not take God long to change human being into deities. He changes you from shells into diamonds, from impure to pure, to the extent that someone imbibed knowledge, so he accordingly claim a status. A kingdom is being established. You know that you are establishing heaven for yourself by following Srimad. If someone sell with Srimad and follow the dictates of his own mind, those would be the dictates of Ravan. This is why you have to continue to take Srimad at every step. The Father make you into trustees for as long as you live. Acha, essence for dharana, first point, become a complete donor. Surrender yourself everything to the Father with honesty and transfer it to the new world. Second point, become a trustee for as long as you live. Take Srimad from the Father at every step. Never sulk with the Srimad or follow the dictates of your own mind. Blessing for today is, may you be a helper of God and experience God's magic in doing service by being in combined form. Detail. Do not just consider yourself to be a server, but do service while considering yourself to be a godly server. By your having this awareness, remembrance and service will automatically be combined. When you separate God from his service, that you do because you become alone, the destination of success seems very far away. Therefore, do not just consider yourself to be a helper, but that you are godly helper. Always remember your name and service will automatically be filled with God's magic, and anything impossible will become possible. Today's slogan is, in order to become a karma yogi, be seated on your lotus seat. That is, be detached and loving. I am repeating, in order to become a karma yogi, be seated on your lotus seat. Be detached and loving. Cha Om Shanti.